is the most important part of the evening. We have a very strong, robust panel with the leaders from the various fields. So first and foremost, I would like to invite a very special person, a very special friend. She's a mother, she's a fantastic human being, and a very eminent Bollywood personality who has always taken a lead in movies with strong social message. Her last one being Matra, which was based on a mother-daughter relationship. So please welcome Mrs. Raveena Tandon Thadani. Welcome Miss Priyanka Agarwal, who represents self-care, a very leading place in South Mumbai where nutrition is a way of life, a way of health. So welcome Priyanka. I would Miss Sri Lakshmi Agarwal. So I would like to thank all the panelists here, and being the moderator, I promise all of you here that it will be a very informative session. We have a lot of queries, lot of questions. In fact, when we were thinking of the way to manage the panel discussion, I think I got almost 50 questions, and I said, then we'll be sitting here for the whole evening and night. Raveena, the first question of ours to you is that what expectations do you have from Lighthouse as a mother, as a woman, and as a very important change maker and a person to whom the society looks up to?
I would like to start off with congratulating Just Look Hospital and you, Tarang. I know you're one of those feisty, literally, I can call her a firefighter because she literally goes headlong into a thing and plans all these things and with utter joy to say that it materializes and everything is like a baby to her. I think she works on it and sees to it that it goes through, and it goes through so positively. So I'd like to congratulate you as well.
Thank you.
I think this is another dream project of yours,
yes,
turning out the way we see it so beautifully well. Just to say that Tarang and me both have our kids in the same class, and we've been friends for many years now, and most of the time we discuss our issues about our children together. So more so as a mother, I have already brought up two girls many years ago. Now both of them are, one has just turned 30 and the other one 28. And my older one is already has a baby. Now I have two biological kids of my own. My son who's 10 and my daughter is 12. So bringing up four kids is quite something, and I was 21 when I took in my two girls. And that was when I realized what rebellion is, because both my younger kids, my biological kids, haven't touched their teens yet. They're just about reaching there. So those real issues haven't started. But with experience of both my girls, I think Lighthouse is something which is so beneficial to us parents. Because at times, a lot of parents and a lot of us, it happens to everybody, we are at a loss of words or the way we express ourselves to make our children understand life on its whole. Yeah, you can join us and tell us the joke as well. So, it's, as a mother, I think it's very important in today's day and age where life is going so fast. Everything is all open for everyone to see, whether it's your social media, it's the internet, it's everything, and it's easily accessible to children. Children have it literally at the tip of their hands. And to a certain extent, you can't even take it away from them because they are born into this technology. You know, we were born at the time when we thought it was to have a Walkman was so cool. Oh my God, the DVD player has come. My God, that's so cool. We want a DVD player. And we had cassettes and we had CDs was the biggest invention. But now these kids are born into technology. You can't even take it away from them. But then how do you reach that point where you bring everyone together, everything together, the way this life is progressing, going ahead? And I think to have a proper base for someone to guide you, to say the right thing at the right time, to do the right thing, to even counsel our children to a certain extent is, I think, a beautiful gift that Jaslok has given to, I think, a whole load of us. Counseling, I think, is very, very necessary because sometimes, I don't know how many of you have probably gone through that, a mother-daughter conflict or a mother-son conflict where whatever the mother says, the daughter will always think is wrong. Whatever the daughter says, the mother will never agree to. So these are things, and then there's suddenly this wall in the middle. So when there's a third person who's neutral, who comes in and makes both of them sit together and say, here is where I don't think this is working out for you, and here is where this is not working out. Children are more accepting at that time because it's not an ego clash. And that is something which I do believe something like a Lighthouse will really help take this whole thing forward.
Thank you so much. My next question is to our leaders from the academic world. So,
You want to shift the mic? Take this mic. This is the check this out. The wire is loose.
right. So my next question is to Ms. Meera Isaacs. Ma'am, we would like to know from you that what changing trends have you observed in the behavior of adolescents at your school in the last decades?
Unafraid. They want to experiment with a whole lot of things, and not the least being just academics. They are willing to put themselves out there and very focused, highly achievement oriented. So there are lots and lots of very, very positive things that we can say about our children. We are talking about societal pressures. We are talking about what's around us and what the children are being exposed to all the time, born into a digital world, which was certainly not part of my existence when I was growing up. So all people, all trying to achieve the same things, or at least trying to get from a very, very limited platter, they tend to be very competitive. And sometimes the competition takes, I think, a rather ugly turn. And that is where I think qualities in them. Confused maybe, but I think we are more confused than they are, because it's terrible having to deal with all this. So I think the Lighthouse is going to be very good for us, right? I think in a nutshell, this is what it is, that they are bright, raring to go. And as you said, in the future, they will take our countries, the entire world, because they have...
Mrs. Sinha, would you like to also share your insights in what do you see as a change? Because Abba is relatively a younger school, I would say,
Yes.
compared to Cathedral. Plus, it follows an international curriculum right from the beginning. So, have you noticed any changing trends in the kids' behavior per se over these last few years? And Shamsha, we would like, and I think everybody would want to hear from you, what kind of specific changes you are observing, and what are the alarming things? It should just be treated as something like, if I have fever, then I need to take the child to the doctor. So please, Shamsha, thanks.
Frontal cortex, which is right here in the front, which regulates our emotions, our thinking, our decision making, which allows us to think about the consequences of teen pregnancy, not realizing it, the instant gratification. Therefore, this age group is more prone. Over the years,
How she brought him totally out, and right now that boy is one of the leading bankers in Seattle and is doing very well for himself. And this is 1 year back. Sure, ma'am.
You know, I've been listening very carefully to what's going on, as I'm sure all of you are. And I think the most important thing is we did say that we need
Question that I want to have for today, and then we open it for question answer session with our audience. You come from the Bollywood world, and you also chair a lot of reality shows. What do you think that, what kind of an impact the movies and these reality shows have on the teens, on the adolescents? And what is your take on this, and as well as the guidance to all of them here?
Well, as Induji said, that most definitely I think the upbringing that a family can give to their children, parents together, I think is one of the most important factors in the growth of a child, the stability that the child gets with parents being not like helicopter moms or tiger moms, but yes, being there when your child needs you is, I think, a very, very important thing. I always tell people that my parents have always been my backbone. They were always there when I needed them, and touch wood, I've had a stable upbringing. And that is what I'd like to give my kids. My mom always used to say that the family who eats together stays together. And that is something as well that we have always done traditionally in our home. सब बैठ के साथ में खाते हैं, अपने problems discuss करते हैं, दिन में क्या किया. It's very important to spend that time to ask your child, so what did you do in school today? Most of the time you get their answer, nothing. So I say, nothing. Full day, so why am I paying fees? You stay at home and do nothing. That's invariably. What did you do today? Nothing. What did you do at your friend's house? Nothing. So nothing is something you are going to get, most definitely. But then change the way you ask the questions. So what happened in French class today? So did you get your results? What happened? And one by one, then all the incidents and what happened in school, which boy did what, who bashed up whom, kya hua, which girl has a crush on whom, everything comes out. Everything then comes out, pat. So it's just the way as parents also how you handle your children. It's you should know your child. That if you are going to say no, the child probably will do it more. So you tell him why it is not good for you to do. So my mother used to actually wonder, because I did not go through a growing time of my mom explaining me everything. But my mom told me one day that you and Anil really have the patience, you'll explain everything to your children. Because there are times when we are busy, we are wrapped up, and we say, not now, come later. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Okay, can we cut this conversation now? But that's not your answer to your child. So when your child does ask you, Mom, but why did this happen? Just take those 2 minutes out and explain everything, that if you are saying no, why are you saying no? It's very important to reach through to your children. And I think that is the communication is the key. You keep that communication on with your kids. That I feel is very, very important. As far as my industry goes, I've been on a hell of a lot of TV debates and also a lot of panel sessions where they say, oh, films are to blame and movies are to blame and TV serials are to blame for what children are. But I kind of disagree with that. We also grew up in a time where there was everything around. There was exposure of a different kind, maybe not the social media kind that we have children logging onto the blue whale game and unfortunately ending themselves in a very, very bad way, which is not thinkable for any child to go through. But we also had drugs when we went to college. We had the bad crowd. We had people smoking in the corridors. We had all sorts of exposure. But what keeps your child going? What keeps him knowing that yes, this is right and no, that is wrong? We were exposed to all these things as well. I didn't end up a drug addict, but unfortunately somebody else did and ruined his life or her life. So that is the difference where I believe that an upbringing along with, yes, definitely good teachers, good gurus is very important for children. It's a wholesome development. And that wholesome development, like she said, is a three-pronged way. That comes from school, comes from the family, values, culture, the background, and what you teach and what you want to see your kids become. Please don't get obsessive about it. कि ये करना है तो यही करना है. Don't live your dreams through your children. Let them live their dreams. But just be the wind beneath their wings that if they want to do this, give them your full support. You know, to a certain extent. Every child is not an Einstein. I've seen so many moms who want their children to grow up becoming scientists. And there is so much pressure on those little children that it's unbelievable the pressure that those children go through. So the parents become more competitive than the children because they want their children to, you know, I don't believe in that kind of an upbringing. And that is where I think we parents also need a certain kind of counseling to have the right balance as to how to help your child grow, flourish, and not push him over the edge either. And also be there to guide him when he's come to that decision making in his life where if he took a right, it could be right. If he took a wrong, that would be a decision he has to pay for his full life. I tell my children clearly that see, this is right and this is wrong. If you go right, it'll probably work out for you. If you go wrong, I have made my mistakes. I have lived my life already. You'll have to live with this mistake that you've made right now. So think before you take a decision. So these are the things that I think are very important. As far as my industry is concerned, like I said, there was exposure everywhere. It's very, very important on the upbringing. You have today social media, which is also, you know, coming up with so many things for children. Like we spoke about the blue whale game. Now, this is again where your upbringing comes in. Where you've got to teach your children, prepare them for situations being. Show them videos, show them things, give them examples, read the newspaper out to them, say, you know, these things are happening. You guys need to be aware, you need to be alert. Help your other, you know, be a help to the other child if you see is going through some crisis. Be the child's support. Bullying is another thing which happens in class. Where I told my son, and she's aware that, you know, that there are a couple of bullies. But I've told my son, stand by the child who's getting bullied. Don't just say, oh, it's not my problem. You stand up and say, no, yeah, this is not right. You know, and my son, she knows, is a big guy. He's like me. He's like well brought up, full-boned Punjabi boy. So he's the tallest in his class and stuff. So I say, you know, use your advantage. Just stand in the middle and say, no, guys, this is not right. Bhale you don't. So these are the things, these small things that we need to talk to our children about. And good and bad is everywhere in this world. Again, I think it's that strong upbringing that helps you sail through. So that is up to us parents to give as a gift to our children for them to walk ahead in this path of life. I can't get more poetic than this.
I just want to say I'm so glad that Anil, her husband, is a good father because he was a student of HR college. And I'm glad that he has outstanding children because he was my outstanding student who stood outside the college.
When I got married and we met for the first time with my husband, So my husband said, I've got to make you meet, my ma'am, and, he really looks up to her and he completely adores you, you know that. And he said, while we were driving back, what our college was called? It was HR College. I said, yeah, it was called the House of Romance College. I was like, yeah, I've got to tell your principal that one day.
And now it's called College of High Rankers.
Oh, yeah, I'd better update him on this.
I have a question. Yes. It's actually related very much to what you said. So I've been running sex education workshops for a while, and my question is to the educators mainly in the panel. One of the biggest challenges faced is that we live in such a diverse country, just as this young lady pointed out. It's so difficult to reach out to, in a single classroom, in a single school, you'll have a lot of parents, and pretty much everyone in this room will be open to talking about this. How do we get past that barrier where there are 10 parents in a classroom of 20 who are really keen to have sex education or talk about it, but there are 10 who are not, and because of the stigma, it kind of halts the entire movement. The school management doesn't want to take the responsibility. How do we get past that? How do we reach out even though there are parents that don't want it talked about? Because it's important for the kids to talk about it.
Let me say what we've done here. We don't ask the parent, do you want to come? We just say, we think all of you need to come because the children you need to know how to deal with your children. And the children also, we have it simultaneously. I mean, we'll have it with the parents at one time, and that in smaller groups, and with the children separately. So parents need to know, especially since it's such a dynamic sort of situation that we have now.
We've started something very different in our college, and that is we've got parent lectures which are credit bearing. So most parents attend, and all of them.
I have a question.
Yeah, we'll take the last question now, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
As a music therapist, I work with a lot of special need children. Several of them are in their adolescent years. I think Lighthouse should address that segment of society.
Very, very important point. Really, very well made.
Because they have the same issues, but they cannot communicate them. True. They are not able to, they experience the issues, but they're not able to get them out.
Absolutely.
So I think if there is a segment in Lighthouse where they can be addressed, it would help a lot.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Very well-made point. And I think with this, we had a very great session. And I would like to thank all the panelists here. I think it was something which we all learned and something which we have to now take it ahead. And once again, I would like to ensure the adolescents, their parents, the schools, the colleges, and all of us here that we will do our best to see to it that Lighthouse definitely lives up to its name and brings light in the lives of so many of our young adults who will represent our India going forwards. And the most satisfying part of this will be one day managing our country, being the leaders of our country. So with this hope, I think we had a great session today. Thank you so much for such a wonderful session. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
was too long. You have children? No, na? That's why you found it too long. Correct. आई थिंक ऐसे बहुत ज़रूरी हैं ऐसे इनिशिएटिव्स जो जैसे कि लाइट हाउस जो जसरोग हॉस्पिटल ने इस इनिशिएटिव को जन्म दिया है. मैं समझती हूँ बहुत ज़रूरी है आज की दुनिया में, क्योंकि रोज़मर्रा ज़िंदगी में हम पेरेंट्स हैं, वर्किंग पेरेंट्स हैं, बच्चों की प्रेशर, लाइफ में प्रेशर्स बहुत बढ़ गए हैं. आप रोज़ न्यूज़पेपर खोलेंगे तो कहीं ना कहीं आप देखेंगे किसी बच्चे ने एग्ज़ाम में फ़ेल होकर सुसाइड कमिट कर लिया या कुछ. कभी पेरेंट्स को समय नहीं मिलता है अपने बच्चों के लिए. तो ये इनिशिएटिव्स बहुत ज़रूरी हैं कि हमारे बच्चों को जो करेक्ट गाइडेंस मिले, उनको राह दिखाएं, सही राह दिखाएं, क्योंकि कभी ईगो प्रॉब्लम्स भी हो जाते हैं पेरेंट्स में और बच्चों में. पेरेंट्स समझते हैं कि उनका बच्चा ऑलवेज गलत ही करता है. बच्चे समझते हैं कि हमारे माँ बाप समझते नहीं हैं. तो इस दीवार को बीच में से हटाने के लिए एक तीसरे काउंसलर की ज़रूरत पड़ती है. एंड आई थिंक कहीं ना कहीं एक न्यूट्रल पार्टी जो दोनों के प्रॉब्लम समझ के एक करेक्ट सोल्यूशन निकालें. एंड आई थिंक अल्टीमेटली बच्चों की ज़िंदगियों के ऊपर ये एक पॉजिटिव असर पड़ेगा.
फिल्में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट मानी जाती है बच्चों की ज़िंदगी में, लेकिन फ़िलहाल हम देख रहे हैं कि 2 फिल्मों को लेकर काफ़ी डिस्कशन चल रहा है. एक तो है पद्मावती, जिसको लेकर काफ़ी बवाल किया जा रहा है, और दूसरी आज न्यूड को लेकर भी हमारा जो पॉलिटिकल जो है उन्होंने IRB ने उसको रिजेक्ट कर दिया है, जबकि उसको जो जूरी है
I'm sorry, I have no information on this right now. तो आप मुझे पैनल के ऊपर पूछेंगे तो I'll give you that answer right now. Any more questions?
मैम अभी ब्लू व्हेल गेम का उल्लेख किया था.
जी हाँ.
तो जो बच्चा भी इंटरनेट का ज़्यादा यूज़ करे या ऐसे ब्लू व्हेल जैसे गेम आ रहे हैं, इसके लिए इनिशिएटिव ज़रूरी है आपको ऐसा लगता है? और
बहुत ज़रूरी है क्योंकि आप जो भी देखेंगे जितने ब्लू व्हेल इंसिडेंट्स आए हैं, माँ बाप समझ ही नहीं पाए. उन्होंने जो साइंस लिटरली होता है एक टिपिकल डिप्रेशन का, एक बच्चा जो अलूफ हो जाता है, जो अपने आप में हो जाता है, बच्चों से माँ बाप से कम्युनिकेट नहीं करता है, दूसरे बच्चों के साथ घुल मिलता नहीं है. ये साइंस कभी कभी माँ बाप, क्योंकि वो अपने खुद प्रॉब्लम्स में इतने उलझे हुए होते हैं, चाहे वो जिसे मैं सर्वाइवल कहती हूँ कि सब एक चाहे वो अपने कमाने के लिए या काम के लिए कुछ ना कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स में उलझे रहते हैं, कि वो ये साइंस देखते नहीं हैं उनके बच्चों के साथ क्या हो रहा है और समझ नहीं पाते. इसलिए बच्चे कहीं ना कहीं राह भटक कर ऐसे गेम्स और ये जो सोशल मीडिया का इन्फ्लुएंस है या इंटरनेट का इन्फ्लुएंस है, कभी कभी ये गलत इन्फ्लुएंस भी पड़ सकता है. तो आई थिंक ऐसे इनिशिएटिव्स बहुत ज़रूरी हैं, जैसे कि मैंने पहले भी कहा कि इन दोनों को एक पॉजिटिव सोल्यूशन निकालने के लिए. थैंक यू सो मच गाइस. लेट
आखिरी सवाल चलते इंडिगो पे आपने देखा होगा कि एक
नहीं जी, मैंने नहीं देखा. I just came back from Australia, so I'll catch up with the news and let you know soon what is happening the next time we meet. Yeah.